Hi, my name is Janice, fitness and sports instructor at CFB Kingston. Today's workout for you is going to be an interval training workout, high intensity. We are doing 2 5-minute AMRAPs that we're going to go through both of those 2 times. Our first AMRAP, so our first 5 minutes, we're going to be doing squats, hand release push-ups, lunges, and single leg deadlifts. Then we're going to rest for 2 minutes, and then we're going to go into our second 5-minute AMRAP, which will be mountain climbers, hand release burpees, power jacks, and broad jumps with a shuffle back. Once we're done that second one, another 2-minute break, then we're going to cycle back up again to circuit 1, 2-minute break, back to cycle set number 2 for our AMRAP. So for the squats, we're doing 10 squats. We're doing 5 hand release burpees, 10 lunges per leg, and then 5 per leg of the single leg deadlifts. I will go through demonstrating each of these exercises, but I'm going to do it after we warm up and before we get into each of the blocks. That way it'll be fresh in your mind, so you're not trying to remember back from the beginning as to what exactly we're doing. Second cycle, we are doing 20 mountain climbers, that'll be 10 per side, 5 hand release burpees, 10 power jacks, and 5 broad jumps with that shuffle back. Once we are done those 4 cycles of those 5-minute AMRAPs, after our 2-minute rest, we're going to head into a bonus core section. And for this section, we've got 4 exercises. We're doing each one for 30 seconds, and we're going to do that 3 times through. So it's going to be a total of 6 minutes. So we've got essentially 4 5-minute AMRAPs, and then our 6-minute core AMRAP. So let's get started with our warm-up. So we got to get that blood pumping. We're going to start with a little bit of mobility. So I'm going to have you come down onto the ground. You're in an all-fours position. Wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. And we're just going to do a few cat and cows here. So taking a nice big inhale, you're going to arch that belly down towards the ground, bringing your glutes upward, and then exhaling, pushing that mid-back up to the ceiling, and tucking that tailbone under. Inhale, reverse, and exhale, tucking it all in and under. You're going to wake up through those joints. Good. From here, I'm just going to have you sit back onto your heels. We're going to do a little of thoracic spine mobility. So bringing one hand or the other, doesn't really matter which one, up towards the temple. You're going to rotate through that mid-back, reaching the elbow up towards the ceiling, and then coming back down and around. So you're doing a bit of a thoracic spine opener here. Sitting back onto those heels to avoid rotating through those hips. You want to be just rotating through that mid-back. And then we're going to switch sides. Up to the temples, reaching up, and coming down. You'll probably notice that one side opens up a little bit easier than the other. This is normal, a little more flexibility through one side than the other. This is the last one. Good, and then pushing up onto those toes. We're into a downward facing dog. Just reaching those arms back, and then I'm going to step the foot up through the hands. Drop the back knee down to the floor. Reaching those arms up, pushing those hips down towards the floor. Then we're going to sit back onto the heel, straightening that front leg and pulling those toes up. Only go as far as is comfortable. If you can only come to here and you're feeling a stretch of that hip flexor, that's good. And if you can only sit back this far, that's fine. We're just feeling a little stretch down the back of that leg, only going as far as is comfortable. Just flowing back and forth between the two. Trying to keep that back straight. reaching that chest down towards the knee as we sit back. Trying to avoid hyperextending that back as well. Just reaching up and long with that spine. Last one here, we're going to switch sides. So bringing that knee back, stepping the opposite foot forward, and reaching up. And then sitting those hips back. Once again, only going as far as is comfortable. Good. I'm going to bring feet together, rock up onto those toes, and slowly roll up as we move into an inchworm. So tucking the chin towards the chest, folding over in half, reaching down towards the ground. You're going to walk the hands out forward. From here, we're in a nice high plank position, and we're going to do a push up. If you need to drop to the knees, that is fine. And then walk those hands back in. And rolling up slowly, head being the last thing to come up. Tuck the chin, we're right back down again. Warming up through that chest. Once again, a little bit more through those hamstrings. One more. And then we'll start to move into a little bit more active movements. So we're going to do some big arm circles forward. Starting to warm up through those shoulders. So for today's workout, let's reverse those arms. The first 5-minute AMRAP is a strength-based AMRAP. So if you do have dumbbells, 1 kettlebell, a laundry detergent jug, let's move into some high knees. You can grab that once we're done the warm-up here while I'm demonstrating the exercises. And we'll be able to use those for the strength portion. Second 5-minute AMRAP is more cardio-based and is all body weight. Though obviously the first portion that is the weighted section, let's pull those heels up towards the butt. You can do completely body weight as well. You don't need to have any kind of added resistance. Everything can be done body weight. We're going to go into some Frankenstein arches. So keeping the one leg straight, we're going to reach the hand towards the opposite toes, stepping back and switching sides. Goal here, keep that leg straight. So if you cannot reach all the way to your toes, that is fine. Just reach as far as you can. Bring that leg as high as you can. But avoid bending through those knees. All right, we're going to go into a series of squats and lunges. So we've got 5 air squats. Getting a little more movement specific here for what we have in the workout. And then we're going to do 5 alternating lunges. So you can step forward with those lunges, or if you prefer, you can step back. And then we're going to do some side lunges, waking up through those inner thighs. So feet flat on the floor, pushing those hips back, keeping the feet pointing forwards. So we're not stepping out and rotating, stepping straight to the side, pushing those hips back behind you. Good. Getting that heart rate up a little bit more. Moving into some jumping jacks. And some high knee runs. Back into jumping jacks. And high knee runs. Good. Just shaking that out. If you do feel that you need to do any more warm-up, any more mobility exercises, some quick stretching, dynamic stretching, take the time to do so. I'm going to move into explaining our first 5-minute AMRAP. So, as previously mentioned, you can use dumbbells. For this, you can use kettlebell. I'll demonstrate how to use a kettlebell as well. Tub of laundry detergent, weighted backpack, completely up to you, or completely body weight, no weights added at all. So our first move is those squats. So where you're gonna hold your dumbbells is gonna be completely up to you. Down at your sides, up at your shoulders, right in front, or if you have a kettlebell, you can goblet it right in the front, or if you only have one dumbbell, same thing. I'm gonna bring them up to the shoulders. So, feet firmly planted on the floor, even distribution of weight through the four corners of the foot. So that's the inner and outer ball of the foot and the inner and outer areas of that heel. So we don't want to be rocking back onto our heels. We're coming back up onto our toes. And we're sitting our hips down and back. From the side, going as deep as is comfortable for you. Trying to keep that chest up, avoiding bending straight over. So we got 10 of those. Then we're down into hand release push-ups. So you're in that push-up position, dropping down, release those hands, pushing up. So for those military members, it's like what we do with the 20-meter rushes. If you need to drop down onto your knees, you cannot do that full push-up. Still okay, just make sure that you're maintaining a nice plank position. Down, release the hands, push up. Next up is our lunges. So just like in the warm-up, option of forward or reverse lunges. Option of where you're gonna hold those weights if you're using them as well. Down at the sides. This would be stepping forward or stepping back. Once again, up at those shoulders if you like, or if you've got one, you can hold it in front, or like a goblet, or obviously if you have no weights, you won't be holding anything. And then we've got our single leg deadlift. 2 weights, 1 weight, up to you. So we're trying to avoid rotating through the hips with this one. So balancing on one foot, hinging at the hips, leading with that chest, keeping that leg nice and straight. You're reaching forward, just coming to parallel to the floor, and then coming back up. So avoiding opening up through those hips, coming straight down and up. Yes, this will be an exercise in balance as well as a posterior chain exercise. 2 weights, 1 weight. Good idea if you're using 1 weight to put it in the opposite hand of the leg that is working to help counterbalance and help with your balance. No weights at all as well. You don't need one. Whew. I'm having some balance issues today. All right, and that is our first 5-minute AMRAP. So we will get ready to start. Grab a quick drink if you haven't done so already. I will get my timer going. Take this at your own pace. It is rep-based within that 5 minutes. So just keep moving from exercise to exercise making sure that you are in control of each movement. Don't rush through it, just trying to get through from one exercise to the next. Make sure that you're actually getting the benefit of each exercise by doing them properly and with good form. All right, so pick up those weights and starting with those squats. So we got 10. Send that weight back down. Taking it at your own time. And release push-ups. Number 2, you got 5. Good. And then into our lunges. Holding that weight how you choose. Stepping forward or back. 10 per leg. Weights in that front foot. And then into those single leg deadlifts. Watch your balance here. If you do need to put that back foot down, if you're having trouble with your balance, that is fine. Just make sure that you are keeping your weight in that front leg, and the back one is just there for balance. 5 per set. Staying strong through that chest. Shoulder blades are backing down. Avoid rotating through those hips. Strong open chest. Squeeze those glutes and hamstrings to pull yourself back up. Try to focus on that posterior chain. Don't pull with the back, pull with those glutes. We're over halfway through. Back to the top with those squats. To those push-ups. And into the lunges. And step back this time. Got less than a minute. And those single leg deadlifts. Hopefully you have some music playing in the background to keep you motivated and not just listening to the sound of my voice and heavy breathing. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. So 2 minutes of a rest. Grab a drink, towel off. I will go through the second cycle. So our second AMRAP, as previously stated, more cardio based. So we've got mountain climbers. You're down in that plank position, wrists under shoulders, and just pulling those knees in. 20 total, equates to 10 per leg. Avoid the hips coming up. I don't want to see this. I want to see nice plank position. Second one is hand release burpees. So you're down, release those hands, up and jump, or you can walk those feet if you're not doing the impact. Power jacks. So we're adding a squat into our jack. So squatting and in, squatting and in. If you want to bring the hands in front, that's fine. And the last one is broad jump, shuffle back. So you're going to jump, shuffle back. Jump, shuffle back. 5 total of that. So those are 4 exercises for the second one. We've got just over 30 seconds to go. And then we'll start right in. No resistance for this second part. So, 20 mountain climbers, 5 hand release burpees, 10 power jacks, and 5 broad jump with a shuffle back. Hopefully you've caught your breath. Starting at 10. Coming down to that plank. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep those hips low. Mountain climbers to burpees. 5 of them. Bring that belly right to the ground. And we got those power jacks. Then a broad jump with the shuffle. Jump and shuffle. Stay low as you're shuffling. So jump, absorb, and then push back. Back to the top. Keep that core tight on those mountain climbers. Whew. I don't know where you are, but I'm on round 3 for this cycle. 2 minutes to go. Heart rate should be up. Breathing rate should be high. This is our cardio. Just over a minute left. Can you get one more cycle in? Maybe more. Seconds. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job. That one was tough. Hopefully you paced yourself. How many rounds? Do you remember how many rounds of the first set you did? Try to meet or exceed that for the last cycle. Back to 1 now. If you don't remember, we had squats, 10 squats, 5 hand release push-ups, 10 lunges per leg, and 5 per leg single leg deadlifts. Catch your breath, keep moving around. Bring that heart rate down just slightly. Little sips. Try not to chug the water. You'll get a cramp. Got 1 minute. If you found your weight was a little too heavy for the first round, take the time now to switch it out if you need to, or make that decision to go strictly body weight. You got time to redeem yourself. Or if you found it was too light, go the other direction. Add it on. We got 30 seconds. Heart rates have come back down a little bit. Starting to breathe a little easier. Then we're going to bring that right back up again as we increase that intensity through using weights. We got 10 seconds, and then we're into those squats. Decide where you want to hold them. I'm going to get up with the shoulders. Front rack. Let's go. Start it up. We've got 5 minutes. Push-ups. Drop straight down. Think elevator, not escalator. You're not sliding forward and back, you're dropping right down. And then those hinges, single leg deadlift. Keep those weights close to the body. Hips are level. Pick a spot on the floor and stare at it to help with your balance. If you need to touch your foot down at any time, do it. You want to make sure that you got that balance. Back to the top. Only go as deep as is comfortable for you. Don't hurt yourself. Two minutes. Keep breathing. Just over a minute to go. Legs are feeling it. Slow and controlled on these hinges. You don't want to rush through it. Make sure that you're actually making those muscles work. Got 15 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Good job. Set those weights aside. Moving back into that body weight cardio portion. 20 mountain climbers. 5, hand release burpees. 10 power jacks. And 5 broad jumps with the shuffle back. Keep moving around. Towel off. Grab a drink. Catch your breath. Bring that heart rate back down. Hopefully you're enjoying this so far. It's a challenge. You can always adjust the intensity by increasing for the weighted portion, increasing the amount of weight that you're using for that. For the cardio portion, increase the speed at which you are performing each of the movements. Both of those techniques will increase the intensity level for you. And these are high-intensity interval training workouts. So your options for increasing intensity would be to increase impact, increase your speed, increase the number of reps you're doing, and increase the weight that you're lifting. So for the purposes of our workout today, you could increase the weight that you're using for the weighted portion, seeing as it is rep-based within the 5-minute AMRAP, and for the cardio portion, you can increase that speed that you're doing each of the exercises of that, because once again, I have set the limit on those reps. All right, 10 seconds. Get ready for those mountain climbers. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Pull those knees in, keep that core tight, wrists under shoulders. Now we're into those burpees. Take the impact out if you need to, and just walk those feet back. Bring the hands down, walk the feet, and walk the feet. Then those power jacks. And those broad jumps. Make sure you've got space. Jump and shuffle. Count up on the halfway mark. Try to keep that intensity up as you start to get tired. And in half. Three rounds done. We got a minute left for this round before we get into that bonus core. Finish strong. Seconds. Three, two, one, and done. Good job. Grab that drink, towel off. 2 minutes, and then we're into that core. So, demonstration of those core exercises. 30 seconds of work for each exercise, and we're cycling for that full 60 seconds. So take a break as needed. Sorry, full 6 minutes, not 60 seconds. First exercise, butterfly sit-ups. So, soles of feet are together, knees are open. We're taking the hip flexors out. On the back, hands up overhead, sitting up, reaching through, and rolling back down. Really using that core to pull us up. Try to avoid relying on the momentum of the arms as well. Then we're going to flip it over. And you're in plank. Just holding that plank. You've got long arm, short arm, knees if you need to. You've got your options. V-sit. You also have your options here for that V-sit. So, full V-sit. Sitting back behind those sit bones. Feet are up, hands are up. Bend the knees, makes it a little bit easier. Bring the feet to the floor to make it even easier. Okay? And then we'll flip it back over. Plank shoulder taps. This is anti-rotation for this one. So, you're in that plank. This one needs to be long arm. Wrists under your shoulders. Wide feet for added stability. Anti-rotation, I said, so you're avoiding rotating the hips as you lift the hand and tap the opposite shoulder. Drop to the knees if you need to. Once again, avoiding rotating. And that is the last exercise. So 30 seconds of each, just continuing to cycle for those 6 minutes. So I get my timer ready for this one. Everybody should be feeling good and rested. We got 3 rounds. Rest as you need, and then jump right back in. So, we are starting in 3 with those butterfly sit-ups. 3, 2, 1, go. So up, tap, roll it down. Pace yourself, don't rush, and then start to dive. Try to maintain consistent pacing for the full 30 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Flip it over. We're in that plank. Wrists are under shoulders. Nice tight core. Drop to the knees if you need to. Choose the elbows if you have wrist problems. Pick your level. Continue to breathe here. You got 10 seconds. Then we're back over into that V-sit. 3, 2, 1. Switch it up. Back on that butt. Lean it back. Lift those feet. Keep that belly pulled in, nice and tight. Back, nice and straight. Push that chest forward. Legs are shaking a bit from those previous moves. Flip it back over. Plank shoulder taps. Wide feet, wrists under shoulders. Start tapping it out. Keep those hips level. You're balancing a bowl of soup on your back. Three, two, one, 10. Put her back over. Butterfly sit-ups. Three, two, one, rest. Flip it over, back into that plank. Stay strong through those shoulders, through that mid-back. Don't let that chest collapse. You're stronger than you think. Keep holding on. 2, 1, flip it over. Pick your level, lean it back, sitting up nice and tall. Feet are down, feet are up, knees are straight. I prefer the knee bend version. Three, two, one, back over, plank shoulder taps. If you're getting a little too tired, arms are giving out, rest. Flip it back over, butterflies. With tapping of the shoulders, feel free to just hold plank for that second time through. Or slow down those taps. We're on our third round, final round. Final set of everything. You can do it. You're almost there, so close. And flip it over. Hold that plank. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Flip it back over. Final boat here. Tight, tight, tight through that mid-core. Five, 3, 2, 1. Final set of plank shoulder taps. You got this. Three, 2, 1, and done. Good job, everybody. You can just stay down on the ground. We will get into our cool down. quickly getting us through this all. Come to sit those hips back into a nice extended child's pose. Reach those arms forward. Sitting back on those hips. Breathing easy here. Coming up, step the right foot forward between those hands. Coming into a low lunge or lizard position. Foot is flat on the floor, knee over ankle. So I don't want to see this. Give it a bit going forward. Only going as far as it's comfortable. You can stay up on that thigh. If you want to come down into a deeper stretch, you can bring the hands down to the floor. We're stretching the hip flexor on the left side here. And switching legs, just step that right foot back, step the left foot forward once again, knees over that ankle, you're up here, stretching through the hip flexor on this right leg this time. Deeper stretch, the lower you bring your upper body. Good. Bringing those knees back together. We are going to rock up onto those toes. Bring the hands to the floor. Push those hips up and just allow that upper body to hang wherever it will. If you cannot touch the ground, that is fine. If you are up like this, that is fine. Just allow that body to rag go. And just relax, breathing comfortably here. Release those hands if you haven't already. Rolling up slowly. We're going to bring one arm across the chest, dropping the shoulder down, pulling the arm across, stretching through those shoulders. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully nobody experienced any injuries. If you did, please seek medical attention. If you are military members, switch arms. Please ensure that you fill out a CF98 for participation in this and any injuries that were incurred during the session. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Get your heart rate up, those muscles pumping. Grab your hands behind you, pull it back and down, open up through that chest. Got a good workout through those muscles. Brought that heart rate up. Release that. We're going to grab one foot, bring it up towards the butt. Stretching through that quad. On the one side, knee points straight down towards the floor. Hold your belly for balance. If you have a chair or a wall or anything, you can hold that beside you. Switch legs. Please follow us on social media. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can click below to subscribe to our channel to get lots more workout ideas, fitness, and sports workshops. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.